Hello, everyone, and welcome to the WandaVision review chat, where we discuss spoilers, we talk about the show, talk about Easter eggs, and try to make sense of all that is WandaVision. With me breaking this show down is my brother, my man, my homie, Seth. What's up, man?
What's going on, everybody? We've got another exciting chat for you in store. I'm hoping at some point there could be a one of our famous arguments between me and George. Maybe one of us will get pissed at each other and storm off. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Nice.
Yeah, I know, right? Why you got to go there? I'm like, all I said was how you doing, and it turned into that.
Yes, you're Iron Man, and I'm Captain America. Civil War.
We got the old white wizard in the house. What is going on, my man? Okay, Craig, what's up, man? All that laughing messed me up. I heard that background noise messed me up.
Right.
Daddy, what are you doing?
I was like, what was that? That don't sound like Craig. What's going on, Craig?
We got Frankie and a Hobbit. Frankie and Frodo.
Go back to your tree fort.
He's got the cutest kids. How's it going? Glad to be here.
Yeah,
This
man.
show rocks.
Yeah, it does. Love the shirt.
Thank you.
That's great. I gotta get one.
That
of
is a
those.
great shirt.
I know. We're definitely gonna be talking about her. Anyway,
This
we're
guy's
coming
like-
back. I know, man. I mean, I had to watch the episode 3 times already because of that.
Yeah, I bet.
Raging Mando's in the house. What's going on, my man? How
What's
you
up,
doing?
fellas? We're here to accept Seth's challenge of getting you two to argue. So, Craig, we got our work cut out for us tonight.
Come on, Frankie. Don't do it, bro.
We might have to instigate.
Boba Fett's gonna die in the next episode.
Kill him!
See? And I was going to go a whole episode and not mention Star Wars.
It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard where you're wearing a Star Wars beanie and a Star
That's
Wars
why I
shirt.
did it, so I didn't have to say nothing. So, 3 more episodes left, so
Yeah.
let's wind it
man.
down.
Hey, and I heard that the next 3 episodes are going to be an hour each. So that means I got to get up
Ooh.
even earlier.
Nice.
Nice. Now,
That's
is that
good.
an actual hour each, or it's going to be 43 minutes of
Right.
show and 17 minutes of credits?
Credit
I don't
show.
know. The thumbnail that I saw had Wanda in that awesome, cute outfit that she was wearing in this episode, and with her smile, and it just says, the next 3 episodes are going to be an hour each. And I was just like,
George is like, oh.
George is sitting there. He's like, the spank bank has been filled.
Right.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, though. But seriously, she looks completely different in that outfit than she did in the normal Wanda outfit that she wears for Avengers. Way better. So. What'd you guys think of the episode? Go ahead.
It was good. It was good. I wouldn't say it was the great. It was the greatest. I thought last week's episode was the best one out of all. Well, actually, I shouldn't say that. I think episode 4 was the best one out of all of them. I think this one is up there. But again, like we always say, like you watch the episode and then it leaves you asking more questions than what you went into it with.
Yeah.
So we got more information. We've got crazy stuff happening. I didn't understand this week's commercial in the middle of it. I don't know if you guys did either.
The what is it? The Go
It
Magic?
was Yo
Magic.
Yo Magic.
Magic.
Yeah, Yo Magic. I didn't get it.
Because the other one was yogurt. The original commercial was yogurt. It was Yo.
And it was a
Gurt.
and it was a dark. And it was a dark.
That was it. Yo Play.
And,
Not bad.
and it was a dark. It was a dark commercial too.
Yeah, it was
because
pretty dark.
the kid couldn't open the yogurt pack and he died of starvation.
Yeah.
So I did watch something a little while ago kind of explaining it, but I thought it made sense.
Okay.
So
cool.
we'll get into that.
Would
Get
you
it
care
when
to
we get there.
elaborate?
Huh?
We'll probably forget the commercial later, so you might want to go ahead.
We're not that old. We'll get back to it.
Okay. All right. George has got notes.
Writing it down. Hold on.
Right.
What'd you all think about it?
I liked it.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot on the Easter egg side because I was, I've been getting into where I pause it and stuff, and there's not a whole lot that was throwing anything out at me. And then after watching a few reviews on it, didn't seem like they had too much either. I think the whole thing's centering around who the hell is Pietro.
Yeah.
We got Frankie Filoni back running the show.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
So
I don't
Frankie's
know,
been
but
handling.
Craig held it down last episode.
Craig
man. He
did
a good
hold
job.
it down. Craig did hold it down.
I did some.
You know?
Yeah, messaged Frankie. I said, I hope I did you proud, man.
Yeah,
I
man.
think we all make each other better.
It's
The
for sure.
scoop. So I've been trying to.
Favreau and Filoni.
He came through
Right,
like
right.
Sherlock, bro.
I've been trying to avoid doing the whole, what Frankie does. I'm like, he's got that covered. So I've been trying to do like the opinions are only my own, even if I miss something, so to
Right.
speak or whatever. So I did watch it a second time. I'd originally text George and I was like, this episode is off. And I think like probably about 90% of that was me being worn out.
Mm-hmm.
So like just kind of helping the wife with her shoulder deal, surgery or whatever. So I think it was mainly me. I watched it the second time and I enjoyed it much, much more. And but I think the off is actually intentional. Like
Yeah.
Pietro is off the entire thing, and that's on purpose. You're supposed to be kind of unsettled in this one, and like what's going on, through the entire thing. So, but I thought it was really good. I agree with I think what Seth said. It seems like everyone's been major build, and this one was just kind of a minor build for me.
I kind of feel the same way. Like, I thought it was good, but like last episode, I had more of a wow, when we saw Pietro at the end of the episode. This one didn't really have that so much, but I still enjoyed it.
I like how the intro was a take on Malcolm in the Middle.
See, that part didn't make
Yeah.
any sense to me. There's some things about
Well, that
it
was the
didn't make
'90s,
any
but that
sense
was
to me.
but that was a show in the '90s.
No, it wasn't.
The
That
in
show first
2000s.
aired in January 2000.
2000, but it took place in the 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I thought, well, let me look back at other TV shows that happened in the 90s that were family TV shows, and they didn't really have anything that was like Malcolm in the Middle, so maybe they just most people will think it came from the 90s, right? Maybe that's where they did it?
Yeah.
Because you
Maybe.
had what? You had Family Matters, you had Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Oh,
Yeah,
could you
Full
see them
House.
trying? Could you see them trying to do the fresh?
Yeah, it wouldn't work. It wouldn't work.
Actually, it would work with Pietro doing the born in West Sokovia, born and raised on the playground, spending most of my days.
On the battlefields.
Right. So have y'all caught that Wanda says Pedro
Yeah,
and everybody else says Pietro?
yeah.
She always says Petro,
Yeah.
but everybody else says it like more syllables to it. They say the
Well,
the E in it.
well, not to jump ahead, but she even said at one point, she's like, "Where's your accent?" And then he's like, "Oh, where's yours?"
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
So
True.
saw some Hydra guys in the neighborhood up to no good. My mom and dad told me I'm moving to a place called Westview.
We're
We're gonna have the whole song, yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna have the whole. Yeah, before you know it, I'll have the lyrics all worked out.
We'll get him a wig and everything. We'll have a
Yeah.
little rap song that goes with it.
Yeah.
So the show kicks off. It's Halloween, and the kids are doing the breaking the fourth wall thing, like Malcolm in the Middle, which I thought that was cool. Pietro.
I like their costumes too.
Yes, the
Yes.
costumes were all great, especially Wanda.
I like how they made. I like how they made. I like.
the kids.
I like. Well, so I knew. Obviously, I knew who one son was. One son was obviously dressed up as Quicksilver. Was the other one supposed to be looking like Doctor Strange?
No, he's
No.
Wicked.
He's what?
They were
Wicked.
dressed.
That's his. They're dressed like their superhero parts
Yeah.
in the comics.
Yeah, they become superheroes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Wiccan
But,
and Speed.
Speed.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
So
because
Speed
I was kind of getting the Doctor Strange vibe from the costume he was wearing. That's why.
Yeah, he's basically got his mom's powers mostly. But the headband and the little thing on the top or whatever was a strong nod to what his character looks like.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
he
Wonder-
looks more like his character than Speed does.
Right. Yep.
And I like how they made Pietro the the no good lazy brother that just kind of mooches off everybody and he's sleeping on
Yeah.
the couch.
Right.
that was great. I like that. I like that.
That was pretty funny.
Yep.
And Vision comes down and he calls his costume a Mexican
Yeah,
wrestler.
Lucha
I was
Libre.
like,
Right.
man, when my wife saw that, she was like, "What?"
Yeah,
And
he
then
comes
what
down
did he
the
say when they're
yeah, he
talking
came down
to
the
each
stairs.
other?
He's like, hey, you want to wrestle? George is like, I would wrestle with you.
I would, yeah. She looked hot in that outfit. She looked really hot in that outfit. I'm sorry.
George come down like Nacho Libre.
Yeah.
Right.
George is
Nacho!
I don't know if it's her personality or the way she acts, but her mannerisms are extremely cute to me. Just I'm the Sokovian fortune teller, and just the little faces she makes or whatever. It's just like, you're adorable.
The flashback that she had when they were kids in Halloween, that was funny.
Yeah, they put the fish. They put the old woman put the fish in the bag. She's like, "You two share this fish."
Share that.
That was her memory, right?
So,
that wasn't.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that's his memory.
That was his memory?
That's his memory, because she's like,
Okay.
that's funny. I don't remember that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I don't recall it like that. And then that scene actually plays into that yogurt commercial, the Yo Magic commercial.
The Yo Magic, it happened later.
Yeah, it happens later, but that plays into it. Because
that plays into it?
Yeah, because if you look at him, that little claymation figure, right beside him is a dead fish. So it's kind of seems like it's referencing that. The whole thing with the Yo Magic commercial is supposed to be that it's the magic is what keeps her alive, and because she's dying inside, because of all the grief that she's feeling.
That's deep.
Wow.
So
Yeah,
she
it's
opened up the yogurt.
Yeah, so she can't get it open. It's the magic. It's contained in there. She can't get to it to make everything better.
It's like we were just up here, and then Frankie just brought the whole level of the show.
Yeah, that's deep.
Yeah, it's like that is some profound insight.
So off of some of the research that I watched today, that's what I came up with.
Frankie's like, take the yogurt. You see it as a metaphor. The metaphor is for the magic.
We were
'cause, I mean,
crushing
that
on
thing really
Wanda,
throws
man.
you
We're
off,
crushing
right?
on Wanda.
Now we're worried.
Yeah. I mean, that commercial really throws you off, because it's like,
Yeah.
it's not like the other ones.
Yeah.
And you're like, I mean, when you're sitting there looking at it, you're like, okay, that made no damn sense whatsoever.
Well, yeah, because the other commercials all had tie-ins to something that we all could reference and understand.
Right.
Right.
I don't know what it was, but it was depressing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. I was like, not eating that yogurt.
Yeah. But then
My wife was
but,
watching it, and she's like, did you change the channel?
Right.
but it's funny. But it's funny though how the kids are catching on now between Vision and Wanda, kind of like fighting. You know, like they're like, yeah, Dad and Mom have been fighting a lot lately, but hopefully they'll work it out.
But you notice whenever he's saying that, did you see how Pietro was looking over at him?
Yeah.
No, I didn't
Yeah,
notice that.
he was.
Yeah,
I
he's
did
looking
notice
at
that.
him like he's like just kind of really observing him, paying attention to what's being said.
Right. So then he gets up and then at that point interrupts Wanda and Vision as they're about to get into an argument. And then Vision is just like, I'm going to go out and do my thing. And then when he leaves, he's like, you be good. Like, enough with this shit.
Don't stir up the pot.
So the only scoop, like I said, I've been trying to get just my own 2 cents. Even if they're off, I'll throw them out there and look like an idiot. But the Wiccan, I can't keep between Billy and Tommy which one's which. But Wiccan, Speed is kind of harassing him, and he said, "Oh, you're afraid of him."
Yeah.
And his whole deal is psychic reading and all that. And there's a reason I came back to that scene. Whenever I watched back through the second time, I was like looking for tidbits for a specific point that I'll get to later. But Billy or Tommy, whichever of the two, can't keep the name straight. He says, "Oh, you're afraid of him. You think he's a vampire or whatever." So I was kind of like, is he sensing something? There.
Yeah, there's a reason he's afraid.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'll get to why I think that later.
But what was funny is that at some point in the episode they actually showed the real Quicksilver from Age of Ultron.
Yeah.
They
did.
And they did.
Yeah,
When?
It was it was in the middle. I think it was in the middle of the
it
episode.
shows the whole scene,
the
like how he
episode.
gets shot up.
Yeah, how he gets shot up.
They show him shot up.
Yeah.
Is that what you mean?
No,
Yeah,
but they actually showed the guy who played Quicksilver in Age of Ultron.
I don't
When?
remember that.
I don't remember that either.
Yeah,
Yeah,
watch
there
it.
is somewhere in there that they play
It's
him.
it's in there that they play it. Yeah, you see
Yeah.
his face, and then the funny thing was that
I
when
never
they were trick or treating, how he was like, "Yeah, kick ass," and they referenced kick, and they had the
Kick-Ass.
kick ass reference in
Yeah.
there, which was great.
That was great. Yeah, I don't remember that. Like I do remember the scene where they show him, where she looks at him and he looks like he's dead. but the
Here,
face is still.
I'll find it. I'll find it while you guys
The
are
face
talking.
is still this actor from the show. I don't remember him being on it, but all right, whatever.
I'll find it. Hold on.
So Vision starts walking around town and is patrolling, but what he's looking for is really signs of what's going on. I thought that it was kind of weird when he sees the woman putting up the ghost on the string or whatever she was trying to put up.
Dude, that was the creepiest scene.
Right, but the
way
music
it
didn't
looked like
line up.
And how that teardrop coming out. That was
Yeah.
that was a creepy scene.
To pause a second, back to whenever he left, a point there. It was interesting the exchange between the two of them because it's like she's losing control of him if she has control of him. She was like, "You're not supposed to be," and she kind of cut off her sentence. Mm-hmm. And that's when Pietro said, "I'll be the father figure for the day," or whatever.
I don't think she controls him.
It's
whoever it is him.
Yeah, right.
And I think it's Mephisto.
You think that's who Quicksilver is?
I think it's Mephisto. Be cool if we all get thrown for a loop, and it is that. Was it somebody in the group, the Facebook group, that put Mojo?
Mojo, yeah.
That would be cool.
One.
That would be cool, because then that would make sense too.
Yeah.
With the whole TV show thing.
What I thought was really strange about that woman though was that the music that was playing along with it didn't line up at all. Like you would think it would have gone to something a little more ominous as he's like looking at her, but it kept on with that same.
Or all of it, even like him walking through that town. Just the music did not match. It kept it more upbeat as a kind of a comic type.
Yeah,
feel, but it wasn't.
Right.
Yeah. So it gives you a different emotion towards it.
Right.
I mean, it was creepy to me. Period.
Right. Yeah, I felt that was pretty strange.
So what do y'all take with the outskirts being dead, so to speak? Or
my thoughts behind that is that she can't control everybody in the town, or she just she can, but she keeps them static.
In a trance. She keeps them in a trance.
So that she doesn't have to expend as much energy on them, I think.
Has it always been that way, or is it just that way now? I don't know. I'm just asking.
Yeah, maybe. But she told them
really
not to get past. Yeah, but she told the kids later on not to go to that street.
Not to go past Ellis Avenue.
Right, but to get to Ellis, you're going to run into all of that stuff there. So that means that it's happening and everybody's aware of it except for Vision.
I wonder if she was just telling them Ellis so they wouldn't get close to the barrier.
That's the reason why I think that.
In the episode when they were on the couch, she said like, "Oh, you think I'm." Controlling people walking their dogs and stuff, and I'm not, so I'm not sure how that all works. But
do you think it's her doing all of this? I mean, obviously at the end we see that she has a lot of control, but
it's her doing it because someone's controlling her.
Right.
Yeah.
They said that there was
one
of the things I saw was towards the end when she's expanding the bubble. Mm-hmm. When you see her eyes light up, if you look in her left eye, it'd be our right view. Mm-hmm. You can see the outline of a person in her eye.
Really?
Yeah, somebody blew that picture up, and you can see it in there.
I like how people catch that shit like that. They're like, "Oh, there was a shadow in the back of Baby Yoda." I'm like, "Really?" I'm like, "Where was that?"
I'm glad other people don't have jobs.
Yeah.
Also, now let's not forget the main takeaway from this. Jimmy Woo's a badass.
Yeah. Let's go out there, man. Jimmy Woo really kicked some butt. I was like, man, I didn't think he had it in him.
Yeah, he went hardcore, man. That was awesome. I was like, woo, Jimmy Woo. I'm sitting on the couch, man. I was like, that's awesome. But I don't like the fact that the sword. Yeah, the sword. Yeah, he's keeping like something under lock and key because they had to sneak back in there, and Darcy had to hack into the system, and there's like a whole bunch of private files, and they were also discussing about how what's her name? Monica, is it Monica?
Monica Rambeau?
Yeah, or is that the mom? I forgot.
No, Monica's
in
the show.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So like they were saying, she was Darcy's like show and pulling up thing of like how her cell structure's changed, and she doesn't know how many times she can go back and forth into the realm, and who knows what's happening.
What about this with the director? Okay, so we first get introduced to the director. The director seems cool with Monica, and then tells her that we're sending you on a missing persons case, right? sends her out to Westview, where she runs into Wu, and then she goes in there, obviously, and is gone for like a day or two. All right. Now fast forward to where we're at right now, and we find out already in the last or couple of episodes that he already knew about her taking Vision, and they already had a track on Vision. Was able to track Vision inside of the thing. So is the missing persons case Vision? That has he known all along what's going on over here, and just sent Monica there initially as reconnaissance, and so he's that's why he's kind of acting like a dick now. What do you guys think?
Could be.
I think he's just wanting Vision back because he was doing something he wasn't supposed to do, and he's worried about somebody finding out.
Yeah, he's experimenting on him, obviously.
Yeah, obviously. And he's just trying to get him back. Because the only thing I see wrong with that is why would they get the FBI involved to find Vision?
Right.
That was the quote? Big issue.
What was the quote he said to someone? He said, you went against... I can't remember. I don't think he was talking to Wanda. It wouldn't make sense. But he said you went against Vision's final wishes to not be weaponized.
Right. Yeah. He's not supposed to be. So why?
So maybe that was exactly what he was doing.
Yep.
Yeah, was weaponizing him.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was.
I can't remember what that scene was, but it just popped in my head.
But
I think that's when Wanda came out of the bubble.
Yep. And so the snap really screwed with him because the way he's talking about it, you didn't know what we went through.
Right. Like he has a thing against
so he's
heroes.
really freaked out about it and doesn't want any aliens or anything like that being around.
Yeah, he has a thing against all kinds of
and there's definitely like what the hell happened that everybody's pissed at Captain Marvel?
Yeah.
Like there's a bunch of people not happy with her.
That's curious too.
I'll avoid Brie Larson jokes.
I guess I'm one of the few people. Like, I mean, this wasn't a character I read anything on when I was reading comics and stuff, but I was fine with her. I didn't really have any problems with her. She seemed all right to me as far as the character went.
That movie was okay. I didn't like it or love it or nothing.
I actually watched it for the first time the other night, and I thought some of the supporting actors outshined her.
Right.
Okay, so they get kicked out of the base. Wu shows that he got some skills. And then they start hacking into the director's system. And that's when they realize that he has tracking on Vision. And then Monica says that her ticket back in is ready, and she just needs to meet the guy on the other side of the bend. Who do you guys think she's gonna meet? Who do you guys think that she's gonna meet?
It could be anybody.
Yeah,
I would like to think it's Reed Richards, but
that's what I'm thinking.
So here's the question that will be of how much are we going to get from WandaVision? Are they going to introduce such big characters on a TV show?
But this is a Disney Plus TV show.
Yeah, I get that. I get
Plus.
that. Or do they just do it like by showing a hand or something? You know, where they could do something like that, but you don't show a face, so you can.
He'll be in the car and he'll slinky the thing out.
Yeah, I mean, right. Just seeing a long arm.
Well, maybe it might. You know who else it might be, and this is just a long shot. What happens if it's the Hulk and it's Bruce Banner?
I was literally thinking the exact same thing, but I don't know.
That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah. But would that fit what she's described so far?
Yeah, but what is
he's not going to have because she's obviously coming up what we saw in the trailer in that SUV looking assault vehicle.
Yeah,
and I don't know.
She's making a thing about it.
Yeah,
that's the other thing too. You know.
So I don't think he would really fit the bill for making something like that. Might be wrong.
And then Darcy managed to seem like she broke in just before Vision starts to come out of the bubble. What do you think that she found there? Like I tried to pause it and read what it was on the screen, but I couldn't tell anything. I mean, I could read it, but I couldn't.
Just
see
that
anything
file, where it says cataract.
Cataract, yeah.
So I mean, obviously that's something over
cataract vision,
obscures the vision.
Right. That was the only thing I was like cataract vision. I don't know what the point there is. Right. So something I did miss that Frankie would have got in the previous episode when she throws the drone out. It has Stark Industries on it.
Yeah,
I saw that after the fact. I was like, missed that.
Look at that.
And
so
she,
talking
like,
about one up her ticked off,
yeah,
she was
so
attacked.
that's gonna, yep, exactly.
Yeah, she was attacked with a Stark drone.
So that's just gonna set her off even higher.
Yep.
And it's like how much whoever controls it are they manipulating stuff outside of the bubble as well to make her do things that they want as well. Having Sword keep messing with her, antagonizing her, which puts her focus more on that, and he's able to manipulate her more.
Yeah, maybe.
So something I took is that she's talking and she said, "You've been in and out of the force field hex twice. Your cells are mutating." I was like, mutants.
Yep.
That was fairly obvious that that's how we'll introduce mutants.
Yeah.
How, I don't know.
Right.
So I got to thinking when we get to the end, the walls expanding. I was like,
What'd you guys think about that conversation between Vision and Agnes?
So
interesting.
When she came out of it, like you've noticed every episode, she's had that necklace, and that's as soon as she comes out of it, she's like reaching for it, and it's not there. So where's it at?
I didn't notice that
because it's been there on every episode, and that's the first thing she went for when she came to.
Right.
And then she has that witch laugh.
She has that witch laugh, and the way she says, "All is lost," like that, it's just very witchy.
Yeah.
And then of course she's like, "Oh, you're an Avenger. You're an Avenger. You're an Avenger." And he's like, "Yeah," but she's like, "You're dead." And then he just kind of like had that look, and she's like, "You're dead," and she just kept repeating that, and I'm like, "We get it. He's fucking dead."
Yeah, but I think that makes me feel more on the lines that she could be that witch that everybody's that they've been rumoring. It's because like the cackle, the all is lost, that you're dead. It's all feel very
I bet you might pretty in that little dog too.
I think so.
So, and that's kind of in the beginning of the show, right?
Yeah.
Like that whole thing that she was part of the family on the intro.
Yeah, she was, right?
So just prior to that scene, he's on the skirts there, and everybody is dead still.
Right.
And then he goes up, sees her, flies down, and she's in a trance, but she talks.
Right.
So at that point, I'm like, okay, once again, she's outside the spell, But yet what she said, the show's excellent of like, you go, oh, this is what it is. Oh, that's not what it is. It's like every time you think that they're giving you a direction, they go left turn, so I left that scene going, I'm not sure what she is.
Yeah. Now, also, what is it? Ellis, what was it? Ellis Road or Ellis Avenue? So the funny thing is, now, I don't know if other people thought this, but I thought this. To me, the name Ellis makes me think of X-Men. And no, X-Men when it was President Ellis was the president in the X-Men movie.
Yep.
So it made me think just for a second, maybe if there was that they were trying to maybe tie it in.
That's cool.
I don't know.
Wasn't Ellis Island where they were trying to turn them into mutants too?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Liberty. Well, it was actually on Liberty Island, but
Liberty Island, but
right.
Ellis Island is right. Ellis Island is right there. It's close enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I'm sitting there and I'm like Ellis. I'm like, why does that sound familiar? I was like, X-Men, President, movie.
Right.
Got it.
It has significance in some. Right? They did it on purpose. You're not just sure.
Oh yeah, I mean this whole thing.
But it could be nothing. But at least like for people that like pay attention to those little small little tidbits like that.
What's the tie-in with the tiger? So last
episode
there was a tiger on the
table, yeah.
And then if you look at, there was another tiger, and then when they're doing the Dance Dance Revolution, Wiccan's wearing tiger slippers.
Yeah, he was. Huh. I don't know.
I did notice a tiger on the table and wondered what the point of that was.
Well, they're great. It almost made sure to spit out his drink. I love it. I saw a tiger, and now I understand.
The real bad guy's gonna be Tiger King.
I saw a tiger. Tiger son.
That happens. Then I'll cancel Disney Plus.
The minute Tiger King pops on screen, well, that just took a turn.
You were this close.
So Vision breaks out of the bubble, and I thought he was gonna like at first, since he made it out, I thought that she revived him, but then you start seeing him come apart.
Yeah.
Do you think that
Before we
it
get
was
to the end, a key scene was to me on the street whenever they're trick or treating. Can we backtrack to that a second before we get to the wall?
Sure.
Because to me, it was the key scene of the entire thing. Might be wrong, might be nothing, but she's on the street with Pietro, and the two kids are there. This is right before the scene where they're talking to the guy that's Frankenstein.
Yeah.
Oh, this is in the beginning when they're going trick or
way in
treat.
the
When they're
beginning.
doing trick or treating. Yeah.
Yeah.
With her.
Her. Yeah, I couldn't remember his name.
Yeah.
So she's talking to Pietro or whatever, and you have the weird exchange where she's drilling him. She asked him the question. She asked him about somebody had boots or something. The guy with the skin condition?
Yeah. He says
he's
he
like-
tells her.
Yeah, he's like, you're drilling me.
Right.
Yeah, right. Why is she doing that if he is her creation?
I don't think it is her creation.
Right.
Right.
All right. So at that moment, he turns to Wiccan and Speed, and he says, "All right, hell spawn. All right, devil spawn. Unleash hell.
Demon spawn.
Demon spawn. Unleash
spawn.
hell. All right. They steal. The silly string is like, okay, whatever. That's
They smash the pumpkin. Yeah,
they smash the pumpkins. And the first time I saw that, I was like, "What's the trip?" There's funny and there's destructive. So I went back specifically to that scene, and I was like, they're stealing everybody else's candy. Not funny, not a good lesson to teach kids or whatever. And then I paired that with, what he said prior to that. And I'm like going, the reason everybody's going Mephisto in this entire thing is because he literally in the comics is spawned, he's the one that gives Wanda the kids.
They're part of his.
Yeah, that's right.
They're part of him.
But here's the funny thing, because if you go back to the prior episodes, they said that there were no kids in Westview, and now all of a sudden there's like there's like a whole slew of them.
Right. It's like she fixed the problem, but that's why whenever I said I went back to, so then I've even backtracked further, and I was like, wait, the kid said something about him being weird when he was sleeping on the couch.
Right.
And they're talking, and they're like, oh, you're scared of him. And it's the psychic kid that's scared of him, Wiccan. Mm-hmm. And you notice he opens his eyes and starts goofing and, becomes funny or whatever. But I'm just going, there's something, I believe there's something sinister about him. Not
so
just
that's
that he's
funny, because he's supposed to be, he, in a sense, fathered them, right, in the comics.
Mm-hmm.
And so, remember in the very beginning of it, he's talking about the kids need a father figure. So it's like he's trying to replace it.
Yep. I didn't even think about that, but that's perfect. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. But that one line, he's like, demon spawn, unleash hell.
Yeah.
And then they start smashing and doing things that aren't just fun, they're destructive.
Right. But they try to play it off comical.
Right. First time I watched it, it was like, okay, they're just goofing. But
yeah.
Anyway, might be off, but it struck me.
I'm full on board with him being not being the brother
or the brother.
Yeah, he's a bad guy. Just the things that he said, that what you guys are putting out as good points. The way he was acting with her later on before they got their abilities, and then she sees him, like
dead.
Yeah. Right. And that was
your dead
that
husband
freaked her
can't
out.
die twice, and she blasts him. Her
blasts him at that
brother.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did you guys freeze that? If you freeze it and look at the tombstones, did you see have you seen it? What it says?
No, I didn't see it.
No.
So there's some lady's name on the left tombstone, and all you can make out on the bottom, how there's usually a saying on the bottom of this tombstone. So you see Pietro flying by, and it says, "Not on your side."
Huh.
Interesting.
Okay.
So
I'll have to go back and look at that now.
could be something, could not.
Oh, that's in there on purpose if it's there.
Frankie Filoni breaking it down.
Nah, man, I'm telling you, that guy feels off. He just feels off.
Yeah. The fact she blasted him, she knows that he's not.
Yeah.
And then he made that comment that he can't die twice, but we saw him die twice.
Yeah.
It went back in time, but we still saw him die twice.
Did you guys notice when they were coming walking down the street and they were passing by the movie theater that it said it said the Incredibles and the Parent Trap on it?
Right.
Did it?
Yeah.
I didn't catch that.
Oh, there was another thing too. One of the reviews I saw, they freezed it and they pointed out that there's one guy, he's got a Jason mask on and a Freddy Krueger sweater on.
You
How's the Incredibles in the 90s?
Cross brand.
Is the Incredibles up there?
Yeah, it
said the Parent Trap and the Incredibles.
Yep.
Yeah,
The Incredibles didn't come out in the 90s.
Come on, Disney's got to get their plug in.
On the marquee, yep.
But the Parent Trap was in the 90s, or they had.
They had the Parent Trap that was in like the 60s or the 70s,
right. And the remake came out
Haley
in the 90s.
Mills, and then they did the remake in the 90s with Lindsay Lohan.
Right, but the Incredibles didn't come out until like mid 2000s.
November 5th, 2004.
There you go.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And of course, the Incredibles is a superhero family.
True.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Wink, wink.
Small
And the
Fantastic Four.
and the Parent Trap was twins.
That
Really?
That whole scene, that backdrop with the movie theater, that reminded me of the Times Square or the town square from Back to the Future.
Hills
Hill Valley. Yeah.
Right.
When I saw that, I was like, yo, the DeLorean is gonna come flying through in a minute.
Right.
You're like, hey, can you guys help me get back in time?
Yeah. Great Scott, that's not your brother.
Hey Pietro, you think you can get me up to 1.21 gigawatts?
Oh man. All right. So now we're back at Vision, trying to get out of the bubble.
Right.
Do you think that he was falling apart outside, or do you think that the bubble was trying to pull him back in?
I think he was getting
rip the
sucked
pieces?
back in.
See,
what I think.
I disagree, and here's
Okay.
why I disagree, and here might be the argument moment.
Here it is. Here we go.
So
Give it to him,
if you guys remember back in the earlier episodes where Wanda broke into Sword and he was in pieces, right? Mm-hmm. So he's coming out of that augmented reality and he's breaking back into the pieces because remember
why
she
don't
had
the
her
pieces just fall.
She had to reassemble, but the pieces did fall.
No,
they
some of them were being pulled back in.
The bubble.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah, they were falling behind him.
Yeah.
but remember though they did find him in pieces, and I think that's what was that was what happened because he's coming out of that augmented reality where she basically reassembled him.
Maybe it's a combination of both. He is falling apart, but it's trying to suck it back in.
Yeah.
So
Just trying to say he's reverting back to the form that he actually is, right?
Yeah, well, he's just the dead. He's just the corpse at that point. Yeah,
Yeah.
because you saw him lying there lifeless until she expanded the mileage of how the field went.
What I don't understand is how he got out there and still looked the way he did.
Well, because he's made out of because he's vibranium. He's vibranium.
Well,
the
vibranium doesn't explain the Mind Stone.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
right.
But the Mind Stone wasn't in his head after he came out of there and it started coming apart.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was.
It was
still there.
Yeah. I
I'm
thought.
looking for an argument. Stop.
Damn it! We're arguing that it's not. That it is there.
No, we're not arguing. We're debating.
Oh, sorry.
An argument also involves name calling.
Oh,
You got it wrong, bastard. There.
You're wrong.
I thought when we saw that in the promos and trailer that whenever he broke through that wall, he was going to convert to the zombie with a
right. That's what I would think he would do.
Yeah,
because you saw Pietro revert back to that for a quick second when she was sitting next to him on the haystack and you saw the bullet holes.
I think that's being done on purpose
to mess with her.
Yeah.
It gets her. She must be like getting on some kind of track, and then it like throws her off.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if Pietro is, by my theory, like I said, every time I go, okay, I got this figured out, then I watch another scene and go, so why is he asking her questions? If he's let's say if he's Mephisto and he's sitting beside her at that little,
toying with her.
Okay.
I think misdirection gets you thinking. It's like hide the truth within the lie, or hide a lie within a truth.
But the fact that she blasted him, it was just like, you're not. To me that was just you're not who I'm over you.
I'm definitely interested to find out how next episode is going to play out, only because going back into the earlier part of the episode where she was talking to Herb is the guy. She was talking to Herb, and he's like, oh, Vision's not on schedule to patrol tonight. So basically, eventually, when she winds up catching Vision, probably in the next episode, is she going to grill him, and be like, "What were you doing? You lied to me." You know. So
I think my more importantly, what I'm going to wonder is how much is Vision going to remember when he comes back to
that too. So he could his mind could basically be white now, and he's starting all over again.
Right.
My biggest thing of this whole thing is like, what's the end game of it? I mean, that's great, trying to figure out who's doing this, but why are they doing this? What's the whole reason for all of this to go on? Why manipulate her to do this?
I like how Frankie's like, they're trying to figure out what the end game is.
But he's right though.
Yeah.
It's like, what's the point of just creating a bubble in this little town so that they can have kids?
Isn't it weird? Isn't it weird though that Vision's able to take people in and out of the whatever the trance, what the trance is? I mean, it's like for someone who's supposed to be dead and resurrected, and like how much weight does that actually hold in what's going on?
Maybe it's the vibranium.
That's why I said last episode that he's like a computer without a power source. He has his own consciousness. She just is the power source at this time.
Because that was a question I had of why didn't he just go around and free everybody?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
But the problem is that obviously you saw what happened to him when he left the containment, I guess you want to call it the containment zone of Westview. So if he's basically breaking through the wall and he's starting to come apart and stuff like that, what would happen to the other people that try to come through? I mean, obviously we saw what happened with Monica. Nothing really happened to her, maybe except her cell structure, changing a little bit. But I mean, like, can a normal person actually withstand going through that because of what we just saw what happened to Vision?
In the comics, they could. In the comics, they retain both memories. So they for a while they're kind of like, distraught. Like Spider-Man in the comics, he had the memories of having his life with Gwen and having the kid and all that. But then he also had the memories of being with Mary Jane and the life he had out, in the normal world. Yeah. So he was like,
well, that won't make you go crazy.
Yeah. So, yeah. The agents get sucked in with that once the bubble increases. What do you think? They show everybody becomes clowns and it's a whole that's funny.
I think
it's going to happen to Darcy.
Well, Darcy's going to be a cast member. You don't see anything with Darcy.
Yeah. Well, it was funny though because as she's like pulling in, she's like, "Oh man."
She said, "Oh fuck." That's what she said.
Christmas Story, right?
Yeah. Oh fuck.
Except I didn't say that. It was
the mother of all words.
The mother of all words, right?
But but the funny thing is that the director was able to escape.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
it's in the script.
Yeah.
Well,
I was kind of hoping he would have get sucked in.
Wu and them got away too, right?
Yeah, Wu and them got away too.
Yeah.
Right, Frankie? It's in the script.
It's in the script.
Well, Wu and Rambo were far away when it started.
So
now that they
right here, nice. So now that they actually pulled in more people, and you see like the car dealership changed into a different car dealership. People a circus. Now they have a circus in town.
Yeah,
it's gonna be interesting to see like how all these people now, if they even if they remotely play any part in all this. And going back to what you were saying about the tiger, well, now there's a circus, so I bet you the next episode at the circus you're gonna see a tiger.
Right.
I did like how the sword truck did turn into a funnel cake truck because I'm just saying I'm a fat guy. I love funnel cake. So
to me that was Wanda's commentary. A bunch of clowns in a circus.
Yeah, I agree.
Right. All right, so I was heading towards this, but I was like, okay, I'll save it till we get to this point. So, again, I don't know the answer here, but all right, if the townspeople immediately around her, she's controlling all that, but yet when you get to the perimeter, they're zombies, or like glitch, in the game. So what's going to happen now if we go quadruple the size of the Hex or worldwide of the Hex. Now, how does that fit in with what she can and can't control? So it's like they kind of established her powers limited. Now what?
Well, yeah, because you saw the people in the circus and everything that, like, when they were transforming, that they were moving and doing stuff.
Right.
So clearly, it maybe her powers only go so far, but someone else's doesn't. You know.
And why? Why are they showing that? You know.
Yeah. I don't know. Damn it! Why'd you have to make me think, Craig?
Right.
Yeah, you're right, because like before, the perimeter had everybody kind of lifeless, and now you have people that are beyond that point, and they're doing something. But we also don't know if they're just doing the same thing over and over and over and over. You know, it's possible that could happen too.
Right.
We saw that in the background when that woman was putting the thing up. The guy back there was putting.
Yeah, but did you see like the tear coming down her?
Yeah.
It almost made me think of like those commercials like back in the '90s when they wanted you to like recycle and not destroy the land, and the Native American would come out and you just see the tear. You just see the tear coming down his eye. It's like, oh man, it's like all these like little innuendos and everything. Now, like, I don't know if that was the case. That was just my thought process. So, you know.
I was thinking about the older video games. If you'd watch the background characters, you know, they're just doing the same thing. Right.
So it's Wreck-It Ralph. I'm going to wreck it.
Yeah.
It's the townspeople.
What was that movie? The newer Jumanjis? When they keep asking the guy the same question, he just keeps repeating the question over and over.
Yeah.
Welcome to Jumanji.
Great.
Oh man, yeah, I can't wait for next week. And next week's gonna be an hour long, so that's gonna be cool.
Well,
So
hopefully
is she
we
gonna
get more answers than questions next week.
Is she going to stop the border, or is it going worldwide?
I think it stopped.
It stopped. It stopped because the director got away. So
remember, in the comics, she's able to make this happen worldwide. So
prestige worldwide.
It stopped in this episode?
It stopped in this episode.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think she just stopped as soon as she got past all the sword stuff. She was tired of them messing around, so she just went, because she's when Wiccan said he saw soldiers, that just made her, because you would think she would just stop as soon as she got Vision back in the bubble, but since Wiccan said he saw soldiers, she was done messing with them, so she made sure to get all of their like base.
Yeah.
Right.
I have to watch again. I thought it was still expanding, but I'll look back.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it came to a stop at the very end, because then you see her like her eyes go from red to normal again.
It came to an abrupt halt.
Okay.
But like I said, in the comics, she does make it go worldwide, so she can.
Yeah, maybe if it stopped in another episode, she's going to keep going, you know.
Maybe that's how this whole show ends, with her encompassing this whole world in this WandaVision, and then that changes everything. And now we have mutants and all that other stuff at that point.
And Thrawn shows up.
I should change my shirt to where it says Prestige Worldwide.
No, I didn't do that.
Wanda Worldwide.
That was for Frankie, right? That was for Frankie.
Oh, you know what? It doesn't. You can't tell if it stops or if it keeps going.
I didn't think
just
it
watched
did.
it. You can't tell.
Mm.
It just shows like the truck pulling away, and the camera angle gets bigger, but it's still, you can't tell if it stopped.
You could say it's implied because her eyes stop.
Yeah.
Right. That's the reason that you think it stopped, because her eyes open up.
Well, that and the director and Rambo and Wu got away too, so you know that's why it had to stop.
Well,
you would think.
I mean, they could find whoever they got to find, and then you still see the bubble increasing on the next episode.
Damn it! I need an argument. Shut up.
All right. Stay tuned next week. Will we get into an argument? Who knows?
Tune into next week's episode of He Said, She Said.
Oh, man. All right. Thanks, guys, for joining us for another episode of the WandaVision Review Chat. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you hit that thumbs up and subscribe if you want to watch more of this. And tune in next week when we recap the 1 hour long episode. I mean, these half-hour long episodes have gotten us talking for an hour. I can't imagine what an hour episode is going to do to us. So
definitely get us in an argument.
Yeah, possibly. And fulfilling Seth's wishes.
And Wanda will be out of her costume, and George will cry.
I know. I hope the next costume is just as cute as this one. Anyway, guys, thanks for joining us. Until next time, keep it marvelous.